everyone. It's Darius with Off-Road Universe. Want to give you a quick update on the Dt50 project. What we're doing right now is just getting the frame all the way as close to metal as we can. I mean, just in terms of plastic removal. And what I've been doing is a process if you're not going to totally strip everything down, but you want to basically redo the sections that need the most work in terms of rust. This would be the second best approach, which is what I'm doing. And basically I've gone in with the wire wheel and simply clean up any areas where there's rust and get most of that out. I'll of course keep going. I'm gonna keep working this and then getting some sandpaper out, sanding everything down. Not the whole frame obviously, but just those sections. And then I'm gonna basically go in and I will be painting a good bit of this, not the entire frame, but what I see is sections that had rust. Like I'll hit this whole tube here, I'll tape off some sections, I'll hit obviously here where I've done some sanding, I'll hit a good bit of this and a little bit here, but mostly this undercarriage and then coming up the sides. So most of this will get redone, but not all of it. So we're going to try to keep the original patina as much as possible. Consider it like a restoration paint job. And then we'll get some clear with hardener. We'll go over that. And it should look really good, actually. One of the things about these bikes is that when you're dealing with a black frame, honestly, I think you have a lot more leeway than any other color. They don't generally show as much of the issues or imperfections as, say, like a white CR500 frame. As you can see, this is the 2001 I just finished, and it's obviously like got to be really perfect, but we're gonna get it really good. What I wanted to do was just areas that are good like this. I'm not gonna repaint this, but what I would do is mask this off, and then, you know, like a section like this would obviously get primed and repainted, probably up to about like here. And then that way I can keep some of this original patina and then just paint from here. So that's the approach. It's going pretty well. And also the other thing I like to do is, of course, bits like this. I mean, you've got to get all the paint off of here. You also will want to take this. See, I get this spring off here. I guess it's not going to come off. You want to take this spring and, you know, pry it off. It's not a big deal. It'll come off. And then what you want to do is take that to the wire wheel, not the wire wheel, but the polishing wheel. And so you're not going to take off the anodizing, but you are going to polish it. So you'll have some anodizing on that. So it might look a little bit, you know, kind of like that zinc plating coating, but it's going to be very shiny. Now this, I mean, you want to probably go all the way down to the metal. You want to use the Prime Max or some kind of polishing wheel, just like the handlebars, get it really smooth. And then you go ahead and you put your coats of black and then your clear coat, and I would add some extra coats because this does get a little dinged up. And then with things like the plastics, I mean, as long as they're in good shape, yeah, you just get a bucket of water, a brush, some Dawn. You can stick them in a bag with some WD-40 WD-40 and Armor All out in the sun, and just let that absorb. But if they're in pretty good shape, I mean, not a big deal. And you know, little things like this where, you know, like I said, you saw in the earlier video. If you haven't, go check it out. But you know, I had painted the engine blue at some point, and so I've got all this, like, you know, blue paint everywhere and just crud. And little things like this bracket, I mean, this is stuff you want to get to the polishing wheel, and you want to make it look nice because that's going to really set things off. So, you know, in the axles, of course, y'all see me clean these. Not a big deal to do, you know, with the right tools. This is really easy. Get these nice and polished, looking good. It really adds to the project. The other thing, you know, I'll probably be going through, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff like this where you can see there's like blue paint. Of course, I did that. I am to blame. I am the owner. I treated this bike like I never treat any of my other bikes, partly because I was young and I didn't really think about it. And I just wasn't as careful as I am now. And so, you know, I'll be getting that off. And that's just a process of going through the wires with a little bit of carb cleaner and getting them really nice and clean, especially because the wiring system is so complex on the DT50. I've got to make sure that I can figure all this out. Like, you know, what's going on here? We got a broken wire, you know, all that stuff. So it's going pretty well. I think we're moving along. And yeah, that's about all I got to report here. Let's see, nothing new came in today. So yeah, guys, so that's about it. That's what we're doing today. And my goal is eventually to finish this up, clean her up, get a nice coat of black clear, well, black glossy, right? And then we'll get a coat of clear with hardener on top of this, and then we'll move on. I'm gonna have to get these foot pegs off too, and just go in there and really clean them up. I'm probably gonna leave them. I'm not the hugest fan, but I got to get these off and get in here, really clean everything, and then pull these pins. I don't want to paint those, obviously. And you know, where there is like hardware like this, like bolts that look a little shitty, we're gonna go in and obviously, you know, change these up. So anyway, yeah, we're moving along. Nothing else to report. So if you like following these kind of projects, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. We got a lot more coming, and we're probably going to start, you know, doing this kind of painting here into the weekend. So it should be a lot better. The other thing I've got to do as well is these wheels. Y'all saw I did all of the spokes and the hubs. I mean, they look incredible. I mean, to be honest, they look as good as new to me, at least. And they were in terrible shape. But what we've got to do now is the hubs. So we haven't done that yet. And I want to get a fresh coat on here. I want to clean all this up. I want to clean this intersection here as best I can. And then tape off the spokes. And probably to save, you know, this little end point of the nipple, I want to put some sort of a, I don't know what, guys, something, you know, like a little dab of grease or something like that. And then I can basically tape everything up and just leave a little circle there like that, and then give these a good blast. But then they also need some clear. So we'll keep you posted. We got some more stuff to do, but it's going to get there, and we will keep on kicking butt at Off-Road Universe. If you like these kind of videos, hit like and subscribe. And also, if you're looking for parts and you are international, or you need to get a good deal on a bunch of stuff, and the shipping is driving you crazy from Portugal, check out what my good friend is doing at Silva Shop, and Daniel Costa is the guy to reach out to. So check out what he's doing. I'll leave you a little info on him below. And also right now, you just want to email him at the email address I provided in the video, because his cart, you know, might not calculate shipping to the US. If you're one of those folks, to tell him what you want and let him work with you and figure out the best way to get it to you, save you some money. Hey guys, want to do a quick shout out to a supplier that's been helping me a lot with this DT50 project. It's Silva Shop, and the gentleman's name is Daniel Silva. And I'm going to drop his WhatsApp and also his email. If you are looking for DT50 parts, you're in the US or you're over in Europe, this is the guy, this is the place. He's a real person, gone out his way to get these to me, and I had just a great experience. So he will work with you and get you what you need. He's reputable, and it's been just amazing. So check him out, Silva Shop, and the web address is silvashop2021.com. Truly best place to find these parts and the best person to work with.